Well, my gosh, I underestimated. Right here, this bag alone has about 9 pounds. This one here is about 4.5 pounds. So far, what is that? 12 and a half, 13 and a half, 12 and a half. I have another row to pick. So it looks like I'm going to have up to 16 pounds maybe, and then some of sugar snap peas, and that's a record for us. So this is one of the crops that we specialize in. Sugar snap peas, we have a couple rows of kale, red Russian kale, meadowlark kale, that's a green curly kale, some dinosaur kale, also known as lacinato or Italian kale. We have some collard greens down there, a bunch of champion collard greens, and some winter squash, some crookneck yellow squash, dark green zucchini, and yellow scallopini. In addition to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows of tomatoes, 9 50-foot rows of tomatoes. Each row has 25 plants in it, approximately. What else do we have? Of course, there's, yes, winter squash. Those are looking gorgeous. Look at that. Crookneck yellow squash. They're getting a little too big. I have to harvest them now before they get out of control. That one's just too far gone. Nuts. But they are growing by the minute here. Now here I have a row of Marketmore 76 cucumbers. Yes, that's your common variety. Grows very well here. We have another row of those cucumbers. They're a bit smaller. Put them in a little later. They're behind this row here of summer squash. So that's another row of cucumber. Not looking too impressive yet, but it's definitely a very healthy row of cucumbers. Here's our red Russian kale. Looking good. And that's our drip line tape. This is the first time we did this type of irrigation system. We've been watering by hand all these years, but this is the first time we have a real system installed. It's an incredible help and much more efficient use of water. Lately it's been raining a lot, so we're getting just enough rain, just enough sunlight, so it's perfect actually. So that takes a lot of work off of our hands and less work off the pump system. And of course some beautiful flowers here, some marigolds and, oh I forget that one, that other one, it'll come to me. So the varieties of tomatoes we have here are, I believe this is the cherry tomato, sweet cherry tomato, and a sun gold tomato, which is like a cherry but gold color. Brandywine tomato, very common, delicious. Heirloom tomato, one of the favorites. And I think these are the green zebra tomatoes, green with dark green stripes, delicious. I love having a variation of color. This should be another sun gold, I think. So they're all mixed. Some of them are mixed. And then we have the Rutgers tomato. This is a good common slicing tomato for sandwiches and all purposes and for your burgers and all that. The holidays coming up, July 4th weekend rather. So, well, they won't be ready by then. So, more Brandywine, sun gold tomato, cherry tomato, and oh my gosh, it just keeps going. We got a greenhouse full of basil and lettuce and stuff, and over there on the other side we have a whole melon patch, sugar baby watermelon, yellow baby doll watermelon, various types of cantaloupes or musk melons, garlic. All right, I'll go over there real quick. The garlic weeds are getting out of control, but I think they're still going to be really healthy. Oh, here's a row of peppers, hot peppers. I know it doesn't look like much on the camera. If I weed it out, then you could tell. More peppers. All this is garlic. And potatoes. Here's my potato row. The first time I've grown potatoes. Dun, dun, dun. Those are potato plants. Right there. No, that's a weed in a potato. Here's a good example. Here's the watermelon. Little watermelon plant right there. And winter squash. I have some acorn squash, some buttercup squash. Just put these in last week. Yeah, I wish it wasn't so weedy here. This section gets a little out of control. You have to have a good weeding strategy, otherwise it gets away from you. So this section needs some work, but this section I've been maintaining very well. I'm very proud of ourselves, and looking good. Here's some basil. Sweet basil, Genovese basil with some marigolds. And still have to plant out that section over there. And then we have 18 acres of forest, maple trees. So we tapped some of those for the maple water, make some maple syrup. Anyway, so that's a report for now. I'm getting a little long-winded. There's so much more, but more to come. Peace. Stardust Farms, 2015, Cormac. I'm out.